Just letting people come on in.
It's a party.
It is a party. All right. Well, welcome everybody. We're just still letting people in just for a moment, but we're happy to see all of your gorgeous faces. Some people new to some of us, some people know that we know. So hello, Jesslyn, Robin, Jessica, Helen, Tammy, Danielle, Ashley, Lauren, Tara, Annette, hello. I think you are new to me. Lauren, the other Lauren, Clack, Nina, Elizabeth, nice to see you. It's been a minute. Samantha, Stephanie, Kristen. Right. All right. I think we'll just get going. And Michelle, you can just keep a watch for people if that's okay.
Yep.
So, welcome everybody to the Leadership Map. If you are new to me, I am Kim Conway, and I help you take all those inspired ideas that are dropping in all the time, stop second guessing them, and take action, which is code for help you develop your intuitive abilities to use in your business. And I'm joined today by Tanya Marie, and I'm going to let Tanya introduce herself, and Michelle Valley. And we are all hosting this event together today to really connect you much more deeply to the part of yourself that is already self-leading so that you can claim it. So, Michelle, please introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Michelle Valley. I am the master collaborator with Freedom Collaboration, and I am here to help you bring awareness to the people who are already in your world so that you can optimize those to help grow and expand your business and your connections. So we do that through strategy, through awareness, and through building systems to help you support all of those people in your world.
Beautiful. Tanya.
Hello, beautiful souls and all the faces I know and don't know. I'm so excited to be here. If you don't know me, I'm Tanya Marie. I'm a human design business strategist and conversion copywriter. I've owned a couple audience agencies, one going from 0 to 30K in revenue within the first 5 months. I love getting down and dirty in your business and your human design to make sure that you are making money in the easiest way possible. So excited to be here with you guys.
Yeah. So, as you're listening to our introductions, you might be wondering, how is it that the three of you have come together like this? And honestly, it is really to us, each one of us, about building relationships in our business. And Tanya coaches me, and we've gotten to know each other over the years. We met in another business group. Michelle and I met in a couple of groups, and she came and completed my certification program for the Intuitive Visionary. And each one of our expertise actually really complements the other because when you are connecting into the part of yourself that already knows everything that you need to know to act and carry out your business. Having an awareness of your human design and the transits that we're going to talk about today, and working within everything energetically blending together, and also having a business that can run smoothly behind the scenes. But another part of why I've brought Michelle in today is she is also developing now, teaching other people how to build your business through relationships and basically create a word of mouth business, but also by using your intuition to do that. So before we even begin today, I want you to be very aware of all these beautiful faces on the Zoom. And if you can have your camera on the whole time, that's even better because we really connect when we can see one another. And I want you to start noticing maybe there's one, two, three, four little squares here where you just feel drawn to that person. You might not even know why yet. There's something sparkly about them to you. You might just feel an energetic pull. And pay attention to that because when we get into that portion, it's going to really help you. So we're going to start today with me talking to you about what I mean by self-led leadership. And then I'm going to bring you into a deeper, like altered state. It's going to feel like a meditation where we're going to connect into what I call your superpower Claire. And it's the solar plexus and your clairsentience. And I will explain that as we do it. And that is where you actually feel either emotionally, psychologically, or physically and receive information through feeling. And there's many reasons why I call it the power sense, but the main one for you to understand today is that it's very hard for us to second guess how we feel. And one of the biggest obstacles for people when they're developing their intuitive abilities and their knowing is trusting it and identifying it. So the mind can play tricks on us with this. It's very interfering. We always want to know, is that my mind? Is that my gut? And the reason we want to know that is because somewhere inside of you, you really believe and value that if it comes through your gut, if it is your intuition, if it's coming from the heart space of you, it must be extremely important. And that is the part of you where you are already self-led. And being a self-led leader, to me, really means that you lead without that confusion between your mind and your gut and all the static confusion that's all around us all the time on social media, when we're out and about in the world, and other people's opinions and second guessing. And I am sure some of you, every time you're making a decision, you are checking in with someone about that. And I want to really encourage you today that the most important place for you to check in is within yourself, and that place that I'm going to guide you to in a few minutes. Because that is the part of you. I call it your soul. You might call it your heart. You might just call it your gut. You might call it God. You might call it your angels. You might call it your spirit guides. It doesn't even matter what we call it. It's just not the ego mind. And it's not other people. And it's not a meme that we saw or a post on social media. It's from within yourself. And that conversation within yourself is always running. And what you really need is to develop an awareness and an ability to connect to it and notice it. We're all very aware of the thoughts in our head, that voice. We know exactly what it sounds like. We know exactly what it tells us all the time. You can even predict it. And having an awareness of that other voice, what I love to call the soul mind instead of the ego mind, is really where you become self-led. So what does that mean? It means when an idea comes in, you don't go to your coach and say, should I do this? Does this make sense? You go to your coach and you say, I was just given this brilliant idea. Help me bring this out into the world. You don't go asking, all your business besties, should I do this? You go telling them, guess what? I'm going to be bringing this out. You just wait and watch. It's coming. You tell your spouse, I have this brilliant idea. It's going to shift our lives a little bit. How can you support me? You don't ask for permission anymore. You don't doubt yourself. You trust it. Trust is huge as an entrepreneur. You trusted the decision you made to start your business. And we need to reclaim that trust that was already running in you, that gets lost in the hustle and bustle of creating your business and running your business. When you're a self-led leader, you are confident, even when it sounds crazy. Because some of those ideas I know that you get seem a little nuts. Maybe no one's ever done it before. So there's no logic to it. And when there's no logic to something, that's like a surefire sign it came from that part of yourself. The ego wants to check it with logic. It just wants to keep you safe. But the soul mind and the heart of you also wants to keep you safe. If it's dropping in, it means it's possible for you and you can do it. And if it's dropping in, it means that you were meant to grow in the way that carrying that out will create for you. And then it comes out into the world. It reaches your clients. You get to help your clients in the ways that you really believe in. You get to carry out your mission. And everything starts to change. Because another part of being a self-led leader is staying in touch with that other mission that you have, the things you really believe in that you're fighting for, the things you see in humanity that you want to change, all of those things. Getting in touch with that part of yourself will touch humanity in the ways that you want to touch humanity. So as we start, I'm going to guide you in a meditation, and we're going to connect in to the solar plexus. If you don't know what the solar plexus is, it's one of the chakras. It's an energy center, which is actually receiving information all day long. Everybody has it. I like to call the chakras just really the organs of the soul. It's just part of you, who you are, your physical body, your psychological body, every part of you. And the solar plexus is known as the power chakra. But with your intuition and with intuitive and psychic and all those things that are so magical and powerful, the solar plexus is also a huge part of that foundation because it's the feeling center. So we're going to guide into the solar plexus, into that feeling center. And what I want you to be doing is notice and pay attention and even ask, and I will guide you to do it. What does it mean for you to be a self-led leader? And what do you need to do and what focus on to be that, to claim it even more than you already have? Because just starting a business already means that you've claimed it, by the way, right? We just have to keep it going and keep building it and getting it stronger. And then I'm going to guide you to just maybe be receiving one action you can take to continue on that claiming for yourself. How does that sound, everybody? Just give me a wave if you're with me and it sounds good and it's clear. All right. And then when we come out, we'll be sharing in the chat, and then we're going to move on into the transits and how we can relate this into the energetics. Because we are surrounded by those energetics. We're all influenced by them, right? Most entrepreneurs have noticed that there's, big global patterns of things that happen, right? Even if you just open up social media, you see people talking about it. But you as an individual also have that connection, and using that to your advantage in your business is super powerful.
Mhm.
And we will see how these things go hand in hand. All right, so let's get going. Otherwise, I will talk to you all day long. We have 1 hour. All right. All I really ask of people when we're going to do an exercise like this is just be physically comfortable. All right. If you need to lie down, it's fine. Lie down. We don't need to see you. I mean, Michelle and I are actually going to be observing you as we do this. Whether our eyes are open or closed, we can do that because we're trained to do it. And we're going to be observing how deep you've been able to get in there. All right. But I want you to be comfortable so that the body doesn't distract you from the experience. And I also invite you to close your eyes. It will be much more powerful for you. Because the beautiful thing about closing your eyes, as soon as you do, just by that one action, you already enter the alpha state with this, which is just a beautiful light state of relaxation. All right, you ready? All right, get comfy and let's begin. So every one of us together, let's just gently allow your eyes to close. And as was already said, as soon as your eyes are closed, you already begin to relax, cutting off so much stimulation, so many distractions. And when we gather together as women in a room, it's even more powerful to sit in an exercise like this because each one of us helps the other move into this state of relaxation. So let's collectively, all together now, just take in a beautiful, deep, sacred breath. And breathing in the sacred breath is really just you connecting that first point of connection into the heart and soul of you. And remembering that anytime you want to connect into the heart and soul of yourself, you can just begin with a beautiful sacred breath. It's so simple. And as you pull in the breath, just imagine it and feel it moving and filling your lungs, expanding out into your chest, up through your shoulders and your neck and your head, completely filling it. That sacred breath just moving down through your arms, all the way down to the tips of your fingers, down your back and your abdomen, your hips, going all the way down your legs, even filling your feet and your toes, until you are completely filled with the sacred breath. And the sacred breath is really just a beautiful way of reminding yourself that the heart and soul of you is always here, connected to you. It's not far out in the universe somewhere. It is always a part of you. And as you feel this, you are also reminded that this is the truest, most magnificent, and powerful part of you. It's the infinite you. It's the part of you that is filled with wisdom that Google and chat hasn't even imagined yet. Just waiting for you to tap into it. And let's just pull that sacred breath right into the stomach area, into the solar plexus. Just notice how you're feeling there. Maybe a thought dropping in, or anything that you might be seeing. A color, a light. You can just even imagine it as a light bulb. And the more you focus on it, the brighter it becomes, shining brighter and brighter until the light of it is shining even outside of your body, all around your body, starting to now fill the room that you are sitting in. Everyone's surrounded by the power of your solar plexus. And this is the doorway to your intuition. Your intuition is just the first point of information. Whenever you notice your intuition, it is a signal to you that not only is there the information it's giving you, it's a signal that behind the door to it is a flood of more and more information, more and more detail, just waiting for you to know how to access it. It's your anchor to your heart, to your soul, and to wisdom. Just notice how it feels to be surrounded by it. And as you're noticing that, you may even feel like you see a doorway, or even just an open space for you to enter. This is just a beautiful place for you to go, to sit surrounded by this wisdom. A beautiful place for you to go to sit and just have that conversation within you and become familiar with it, the feeling of it, the thought of it, the voice of it. You might even feel like there's just this feeling of celebration, like, oh, you're finally here. We've been waiting for you. Welcome. And I'm going to have you spend a moment in silence here. And first asking, what is it that you need to focus on to deepen leading yourself with trust and confidence? And just notice all of your senses and any information that comes to you when you ask this question. And whenever you are ready, you can ask for some direction, an action that you can take to strengthen this part of you. Don't judge the answer. Whatever it is absolutely perfect for you. And I'll just give you a moment to do that. And as you do that, if there's anything else you just want to ask for yourself, you can do that now. And just offer this heart space, this soul space part of you, some gratitude for spending a moment with you today. And know you can return there anytime you choose. It's right there, always. Even when you're meeting with your clients, sending emails, doing everything that you need to do to run your business, that conversation is still being held. And you can learn to access that. Just offering it some love as you move back towards your body, out of the space you were in, perhaps even through a door. And just notice there's no lock. It's just a space that's always open for you. Back into the solar plexus, just pulling all of your beautiful, powerful energy that's been surrounding you back into your body. And allowing it to just move through your body. Just noticing you feel a sense of peace and confidence. And now getting a little bit more connected to your body, just notice your breathing, not forcing it, just watching it. You can all just take in one more beautiful sacred breath together. And on the exhale, just feeling or moving your body and opening your eyes and coming into the Zoom as soon as you are ready. All right, everybody back with me? I think so. I'm just taking a little peek. So the first thing I want to ask you, and there's a lot of us, so I think we'll utilize the chat to share, if that's okay with you. The first thing I want to ask you is um, if you're willing to share what it felt like to be connected to this beautiful, loving, wise part of yourself, what that was like for you, if you felt that connection. I can see Melissa wrote, you received something about automatic writing and free writing. Beautiful. Clementina, expansive, beautiful, clear, felt. Ah, such beautiful words. Stephanie, comforting. Michelle, warm, peaceful, held. Melissa, oh, it's going too fast. I'm mixing it. Relaxing, free. I love that. Elizabeth, settling, like coming home again. Beautiful. Lauren Zeth, peaceful, at ease, warm. Jesslyn, abundant, calm, warm, loving. Ooh, Tara, clear and connected. Annette, relaxing and safe. I love that. Helen, it felt so beautiful. Jessica, calm and clear. Nina, grounded and still. Beautiful. Ashley, restorative. Ooh, it is very restorative to do this. Brittany, my body felt asleep, but everything inside was bubbling and working. Kristen, peaceful and unattached. Samantha, it's like a warm hug connecting with an inner voice. Danielle, powerful, expansive, connected. Jessica Montano felt held. And Helen, there was a strong connection to your soul, your guides, and angels so much. So everyone, it seems, had an experience where it was really loving, safe, comfortable. I forgot who said like coming home. I think that was Elizabeth. It can definitely feel like that. And what I want to say to you is imagine if you could, without even doing that exercise, have times like that when you need it throughout the day, when your mind is just driving you nuts or your schedule is driving you nuts. And you can have a moment of that connection to that part of yourself. How would that actually change how you're running your business or how you're taking action or how you're talking to people, how you're reaching out to people? And you can feel free to share in the chat. Deb Day, grounded and peaceful. Michelle B, I kept feeling something touching me, yet I'm the only one in the house. Yes, so we were really working with the feeling. So touch is part of that for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. So one of the reasons that I work with people helping them develop their intuitive abilities is because this moment that you had just now can become a regular part of your life. And for myself personally, it literally like saved me from myself because I was one of the biggest worriers you could ever meet. I was anxious. I always had panic attacks. I did not feel like I was worthy. I did not trust. I was not confident. And I held myself back through most of my adult life. And when I started connecting in this way, I noticed these things were actually healing. It felt like they were spontaneously healing. But over time, I understood what I was doing for that to occur. And now I can have that conversation from within and that feeling, even as I'm doing other things, even as I'm talking with my clients, even as I'm talking to you right now. This is something you can do on demand and get information anytime. So the next question, I guess, is if you'd be willing to share if you received any information on like what is something you can do to help yourself be, keep claiming the self-leader within you. Okay, I'm going to go back and read. Actually, Tanya or Michelle, if you want to keep reading out loud, that would be great.
Happy to.
Yeah, thank you.
Danielle says that to intentionally see herself regularly.
Beautiful.
Stephanie Lee, trust, what a clear message. Trust was a clear message to her.
Ooh, I love that, Stephanie. Love that. And trust is huge as an entrepreneur. We must actually have it. We must have it.
Jessalyn also had a trust message and a celebrate, just be.
Clarity on how to keep consistent.
Mhm.
Ooh, Tammy, the more, let's see, connect daily, use my breath to clear anything in the path. Beautifully. Yes. And the breath is the first point of connection. And that's something you can use no matter what you're doing, right? We can always take a breath. Always. It's the first thing you do. Even mediums, it's the first thing they do before they start speaking for a reading. You just take a breath. Clementina got clarity on how to keep consistent. Helen, the connection is something that always feels open. Lauren Zeth, the more I relax, the more abundance flows. Beautiful. Tara, oh,
I was just going to say, I love Tara's.
yeah. And I love how you put it. I feel a little confused, but I think the message was I already know what I'm doing to stay the course. So basically, to trust and claim that.
Mhm.
Yes. And Nina said she felt the same. Beautiful. Michelle B, go back to microdosing to stay in my body and focused. Sun, moon, and rising are all air signs. Samantha, I felt quite lovely in a grieving process, and I felt seen and held through this season by my inner self, like the matriarch I fantasized. Beautiful. Beautiful. And did any of you receive any information about a step you can take, something you can do, an action that you can take for yourself? Tammy, I was told to keep digging deeper into myself and share my insights with others. Love that for you, Tammy. Love it. Ooh, Lauren, I was shown a place to visit. So Ashley, you're working on being neutral in your business and you found it interesting that you not receive anything, just maybe silence. Yeah, to drown out the noise or separate from it. Brittany, book her calls. Beautiful, beautiful. So I want to give us a chance now to move into the transits and see how what you experienced and received aligns, how it aligns with your transits. So I'm going to turn it over to Michelle, to Tanya, actually, not Michelle.
Oh, I don't.
Michelle and I cannot talk about that, where it's just like,
Michelle, do you want to give it a go?
You guys already did that to me last time. No, thank you.
You want to tap in and guess? No, just kidding. Okay, so welcome, welcome. I'm super excited because during this call, actually, Kim didn't mention it, so I want to make sure we mention it. But before we even booked this call, she was like, "I want to do something on the 22nd," and so she was like, "What's on the 22nd?" And I was like, "Well, Jupiter goes into like the sun moves into Jupiter, right?" And I was like, "I could also talk about Jupiter over the next, or the sun moves into Leo." I said I could also talk about Jupiter being in this like Leo for the rest of the year. This is really big deal for us, guys, because this is like the best time for us to like really step into our self-leadership and really do this. But the cool thing is, the sun went into Leo literally during this call. She literally picked the exact time at 3:13 the sun moved into Leo.
Eastern, 3:13 Eastern.
Yeah, during
Yeah.
this call. So I think that's super really cool. So we're not really talking about the sun in Leo. That's only going to happen for a month. We're going to talk over the next year. Jupiter went into Leo on June 29th, and it's going to stay there for until July next year. Okay, so this is literally Jupiter in Leo is about courage, ambition, playing. I love how Kim brought in like the solar plexus and the light. Like we are literally about to shine our biggest lights possible, right? We are going to be the sun of our own business instead of getting lost in everyone else's spotlight. We're no longer going to be under the shadow of anyone else. Like it is time for us to claim the space, take the stage, like take up space. If we know any Leos in our life, like they say what they want to say, they get it out there, right? Like they're a little bit like if you have any Leos in here, you like there's maybe some other parts in your chart that maybe like calm it down a little, but Leo is known to be just a little bit histrionic. Like get out there, say the thing, right? Be yourself. They're not afraid to say the thing, right? So over this next year, and by the way, if you guys got the information to figure out where Jupiter is in your chart, drop the house, like the house number and the thing. If not, if you got confused, it's totally okay. You can listen in and you'll probably get some ideas anyways, but you can DM me and I'll help you figure out where that is because some people might have gotten a little confused with that. Okay? So I can DM, you can watch the replay. But this is all about literally going all in and betting on yourself in the way that you would bet on a client you believe in. Why don't we do that sometimes? Do you ever notice that you like believe so much more in your client than you do your own ideas, right? And the intuition here is going to be super powerful. So, I want you guys to start charging like the expert you really are. I want you to start claiming you are the expert. I don't want you to play small anymore. I was telling them earlier, I went into a room with best-selling authors and like people who only work with people in $1 million and above businesses, right? Like we all deserve to be in these really big places. We are geniuses and it's time that we own it, okay? So I'm going to go through the houses because I want to keep time. So again, if you don't know the house that you're in, are people dropping?
Yeah, they are.
Okay,
Mhm.
cool. So a lot of people know. Cool. This is exciting. This is the first time looking at your chart. Yay! I just popped your little astro cherry. I'm excited. Okay, I have two chart. One looks like 4, one looks like 5. It's okay. DM me. I'll help you out. Okay. So if you guys don't know, just DM me. I'll hook you up. You can watch the replay. So house 1. Okay. This is the face of your brand. This is the thing people see before they even like look at what you sell, right? It's like your personal brand, your visibility, whatever comes to mind when someone pictures you as the leader in your space. So if you have Jupiter in the first house transiting, I want you to show up. I want you to do lives. I want you to do reels. I want people to actually get to know you instead of just like writing and hiding behind pictures, right? Like making things in Canva and putting it out there. I want you to show up, okay? Take the damn stage. I want you to DM the podcast hosts whose show you actually listening to and pitch yourself as a damn guest, okay? Post the videos where you didn't redo your hair or fix the lighting. Just show up and own who you are, okay? Um, I want you to work on your personal branding and not just your offers. Like, who are you? Why are they doing it? Because if we all know this, they hire you and not so much the offer, right? It's a part of it, yes. I want you to like collab. I want you to like basically get in bigger rooms with bigger names and stretch yourself, okay? And I also want you to write down where you actually want your business in the next 5 years instead of only planning your next launch. Literally be like, who am I? What am I doing? How am I freaking impacting the world? Okay? So that's the first house. And I want you to know that whatever comes your way, I promise you, you're already ready for every single house. You're ready now. Take the jump, okay? Just watch yourself here though, like saying yes to every stage this year without checking your calendar is how you can end up like double booked in the same week and burning yourself out. So be careful there, okay? House 2, this is money, baby. This is plain and simple what you charge, what your worth is, and so your worth and your value and your money, okay? So here's where you're gonna be like, I'm gonna up my rates. I'm gonna own my worth. I'm going to own my value and I'm going to talk about it loud and proud. Okay. I want you to stop undercharging. See, I see a lot of people, they'll be like, oh, I have clients and I'm undercharging them because they're actually, they've been loyal, right? But what we're doing is actually a disservice to ourselves and our clients because we've grown, they've grown, and we need to stretch each other, right? Like you keep investing into yourself, you're giving them more value more and more. So meet them in the middle if you don't want to like fully bring them up to the full price, but charge your magic, right? I want you guys to like get bold and saucy. Leo is bold and saucy. They're not afraid to do things, right? Before you even jump on the call, send the price list, right? Like don't wait. Like just be like, here it is. And that can self-qualify, right? You may have referrals or surprise clients showing up this year without a funnel or anything. Make sure you're not undercharging them because they found you organically, right? Like buy the ring lights, get the better mic, get the studio rental, whatever upgrade you've been telling yourself can wait another quarter, spend it on yourself. Okay. So that's the second house. The third house, this is like communication. This is content. This is your DMs. This is the people you talk to on repeat. This is sharing information. This is like basically like posting the captions that you deleted. No, just put out there. Okay. Like say the thing you need to say. Go live without scripts. Even if you're stumbling for the first 2 minutes and you're like, da, 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 like, you're like, I don't know what to say. The fire will come out. I promise. Leo is fire season. Okay. And it's literally giving you that magic. I want you to go and text the coaches in your industry you've been meaning to grab a coffee with and potentially set up a date and or collab with them, right? Like get out there, communicate with people. Sign up collab agreements that have been sitting in your inbox since last month. Do the damn things. Yeah, during the year of the fire horse. We have so much firepower. It's happening. Um, Also, take the copywriting course or the sales training that you've been bookmarking and not doing. It's time to make your freaking copy bring people towards you, okay? Invest yourself in that. House four, this is all about foundation. This is the stuff nobody sees on the sales page. It's like your team, it's your systems, it's your actual workspace, and whatever's holding the business up from underneath, okay? So this is where you guys need to like depending on where you are in your business, like hand over the onboarding to your team if you can, right? Instead of running everything for yourself, right? Like what can you hand off so that you can spend more time in the things that are going to bring money into your business? I want you guys to write standard operating procedures or like if you don't know what that is, like write a Google Doc of the things that you only know how to do that live in your head, right? Because you cannot train your team if they don't know what's happening in your head, right? Or so that like you can start sharing it with the world, right? Like get clear on it. Get out of your DMs and let your VA do the like, do you have payment plans question, right? Like do the sale. And when as soon as they're like, hey, what's the payment plan? Let them do those like conversations, okay? Jupiter in first house. Go, Clementina. Um, this is also like, love on your team if you have a team, or like give them a bonus or take care of them. Take care of also like go into your Kajabi, go into your systems IOs, go into whatever it is you're doing and make sure you're set up for success, but also like make sure that like basically like you're not the one like constantly having to do things. Set up automations for yourself, okay? So that you can scale. House five is your creative offers, okay? The ones that come from your intuition, right? So it's like the bigger bet, it's the bolder program that you keep thinking about, like the mastermind that you're like, okay, my coach has been doing this and I really want to do a mastermind. Like, get it out there and charge the big money for it, right? Get it out of your freaking notes app and start talking about it. Maybe you want to book a retreat for the year, right? Since you've been talking about it with your coach and your business besties since last spring, like get your ass talking about this out to the world, okay? I want you to pitch yourself for the bigger stage, the bigger summits that you usually say yes to, and literally like guys, like what I also like see here like setting up your offers for the long term, right? So not just like doing the offer, but looking at your offer ecosystem and being like, does this even make sense? Like I'm getting people in here, I'm giving them too much value. Why would they ever come into my mastermind? Because I'm giving them everything I can here. So look into those kind of things, okay? House six is delivery. Okay. So this is what the client gets when she's paid you. It's your operations, your energy, and whether like what you've built can hold more people. So like if you really think about it, Jupiter is like helping us with visibility. It's helping us get out there. And now all of a sudden you have a reel that goes viral. Is your back end able to support that many people coming in? Is it like you having to like give out links automatically and then like following up with them and like here, get into this group? Or is it all set up so it's like done and seamless? Are the onboarding emails that you have like are they the wrong start date? Are you setting up your email sequences so that you're selling without having to reach out to people, right? Are you doing things where it's like you're taking care of your health, right? Again, the automations, we're talking about automations because the sixth house is about your health. So where are you like burning yourself out? Look at that and then be like, okay, how can I get help with this? Or how can I automate it in some way? The seventh house is about partnerships. So it's like, again, very much about collabs, co-hosting workshops with like maybe a healer who has a bit of a bigger list than you. Like, don't be afraid to like ask them, like, hey, I have something that I think would be going super awesome in your mastermind, or like, I want to do a collab with you, right? Like, get yourself out there. I want you guys with this seventh house to actually negotiate the contract terms if you're doing like contract stuff instead of just accepting the first number that a brand offers you or like a thing, a person, right? Like, no, like I am worth more money, right? Don't let someone tell you your worth. Um, say yes to that joint offer. Like, I'm sure there's people that have like reached out to you guys, seventh house people, and you're like, oh my goodness, like, this person's been wanting to do a collab with me forever. And like, why have I not done it? Like, why have I not figured this the hell out yet? Right? Like, go get them. Go get on bigger podcasts or platforms, right? Like, just watch the overconfidence, right? Don't steamroll a partner's idea just because the deal was your idea first. Like, people are so receptive to you right now. So get out there and talk to them. Eighth house. I okay, I have the eighth house. Eighth house is my favorite house, if anyone knows anything about astrology. This is about a deeper investment in yourself, okay? It's what are you willing to pay for your own growth? How well do you actually understand? And it's like also like how well do you actually understand what your offer does under the surface, right? So this might be like hiring the mentor whose price tag makes you like close the laptop when you first see that price. You're like, oh, I'm scared, but I know my intuition is chasing me towards that. Like that mastermind that costs more than you've ever spent on yourself before, but you know the transformation because this house is all about transformation and rebirth. Okay. So it's about like, okay, I'm going to kill the old problems I have by doing this and I'm going to like exponentially grow, right? I want you to sit down and figure out what your offer actually does for someone. So this is something like I'm obsessed with this, but like the psychological, like not just like I help you get clients, like why? Like how? Why do they care about that? What is the sales page like relating to them? What are the immediate problems they're having? Another good thing for the eighth house is cleaning up your taxes or your bookkeeping mess that you've been avoiding because it'll go smoother than you think this year. Okay. So there's that for the eighth house. Really invest in yourself and your growth. The ninth house, how's everyone doing over here? The ninth house is the bigger picture. Okay. This is your philosophy, your framework, the platforms you put your name on in front of people that have never heard of you, right? So this is where you're going to name your methodology. You're going to figure out your methodology. Do you have a framework? What is the thing that you want to be known for? This is your year to shine that magic, okay? I want you to also start pitching yourself for maybe some keynote stage things. Get yourself out there, right? Because this is all about teaching and philosophy. This is all about publishing. So maybe write the book proposal you've had saved in a Google Doc. Maybe start writing the book. Start owning your framework and why you're the genius of it, right? In rooms that are bigger than your usual client base. Um, what else do I have here? This is like in this house, like think bigger, right? It's like trying to keep and also like trying to keep everyone around you comfortable is costing you the people who actually want your strong opinion, right? So like step out of your comfort zone because your philosophy and your different way of seeing the world, your beautiful perspective that no one else has, that's the thing that's going to bring the clients to you and make you visible. 10th house, three to go. This is your reputation, okay? This is like this is like owning the hell out of your expert magic, right? Like really zoning in. And also like the point of like, what is your niche, right? Like, what are you specifically helping people with? Getting very clear on that, right? It's also doing things like applying for, like, you see, like, some people like have like business awards, like, do stuff like that, like, put yourself out there and take like say yes to press features, maybe get into publishing. Like, you know how people have like names in Forbes and stuff like that. Those are the things that you want to start doing. You want to start getting yourself seen and seen as an expert. Also, like be so freaking bold in your bio. Like I've been like own your expertise. I want you to like stop making yourself sound small when you talk to people like, oh yeah, like, you know, I've gotten this transformation for people. Be like, yeah, I freaking can help you. This is what I've done for people. This is what I can do for you. Like, just really own the transformation that you have, okay? The 11th house, I saw someone in here as the 11th house, Coach Tara. This is all about like your network, the list, your followers, and the goals you haven't said out loud yet. I'm over here, she's like, I have clarity, and I'm over here like, here's some more confusion, possibly. No, I'm just kidding. So, this is all about lead generation and networking and getting into the right rooms. It's collabing and creating lead magnets, right? Like it's literally creating the things that are going to pull people towards you. Maybe doing some webinars, maybe it's doing some challenges, but growing your list and your network by having conversations and doing events and stuff like that that get more people in front of you. This is about like your social circle. This is maybe about like updating your socials, showing up more on social media, having more DM conversations. But remember, like chasing a bigger audience isn't worth ghosting the 5 people that are already showing up for you. Remember the people that are there, okay? Um, and yeah, the size of the room you're building grows whether you push for it or not this year. Okay, 12th house. 12th house. I love the 12th house. It's like this like magical little mystical magic, but it's like it's all like unconscious stuff, but it's also about like retreating. It's about rest. It's about recovery. And it's like actually taking the week off instead of answering emails from the beach. Like when you go on vacation, like take care of yourself. Book the retreat for yourself instead of only running one for your clients. Like this is maybe like hiring the therapist or the coach you've been telling yourself you don't have time for and taking care of you, right? This is like letting the research or the writing or like it's like almost like going in isolation, not 100%, obviously, we can't hide for a year, but like doing the things in isolation, like maybe writing your frameworks, writing the book, like getting the downloads that are supposed to be coming through. This is almost like going inside the subconscious, like what patterns are stopping me from moving forward? Why do I have money blocks? Why can't I tap into my intuition? And like what you build in private this year is like literally the thing that's going to explode. Yeah, hermit energy, but like you're like hermiting, but like you're also exploding on the outside, right? Because it's Jupiter in Leo. So those are the 12 houses. And tell me in the comments, like, do any of those, like, even if you don't have your chart, any of those like coming through that you're like, your body was like, F yes, I need to do more of this. Like, I want to hear about it in the comments. Which one are you taking a stand on?
Yeah, and how did yours align with the messages that you received for yourself today?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Melissa's saying speaking and collaborations.
Mhm.
Ooh,
And
yeah.
all of this magic, we're not really doing like I don't know if you guys know this, but like there's a little retreat coming up in September, and we're going to be working on like your intuition, right? So you know this. You don't need someone like me telling you this magic because we're going to teach you by your human design, like how to tap in and not like the regular, like your authority, like going deep and magical into things that like other people aren't talking about with human design. I'm a house 3-4 and it all makes sense. I will be messaging you today. Yes, dear. I am here for you. Um, I could take a note in all. Well, be careful with that too, because I want to talk about like distractions, right? Like I just gave you guys a million ideas and you could all be like, I want to do them all. But like the magic of like what Kim's going to teach at her retreat is like I've heard so many people say like I've taken on so many things like I can't even move in my business. Like I feel like I'm in mud and I'm stuck and I'm doing too much and I'm not getting traction. But like knowing exactly what to do in the exact moment and running with it without having to think like you know exactly what's going to bring in the money. I can't wait for this retreat. Yes, Jessica, I'm excited. Creative offers. My offers will come from my insights from my personal experience. I love this so much. Yeah, because that's another
Yes.
thing, like positioning yourself as like the authority through your experience. People don't want someone that's Googling AI. Like, no, you know, you've got your goods. House five, I'm creating a beautiful retreat twice a year for a select number of women that need my help. Get it? Look at this. Okay, Michelle Valley, right. The retreat is going to allow us to practice and go deeper and expand. Yes, exactly. Elizabeth Watson, we can do all the things, just not all at once. Here's to the seasons. Exactly. So, and Jupiter's going to move next year, right? So like we're focusing and we're like making sure we can't do everything at once. I mean, we are moms and we are women and we do take care of a million people, but the magic happens when it's saturated in one thing and then moving on to the next, right? Unless you're a Manny Jen. You can do just everything. In circles around me. Okay, so if you don't have access to knowing which house you're Michelle B. Bandy Jen. If you don't have access, DM me on Facebook. It's Tanya Marie. I want to make sure that it's 403. My activated throat will go on forever. I want to give Michelle the stage. Put her in her Leo stage now. We all get the stage, right? So get in there and I'll start answering in the comments if you guys have any questions, okay?
Okay. So I know we're at time, so I totally understand if anybody has to go, and I am believing that you are all going to stay and get some more wisdom here. So you have all just spent an hour getting into your intuition and understanding where your power is being called to right now. So my invitation for you is to explore one more question. And that is, what if your intuition isn't only guiding your next decision? What if it's guiding you toward the people who are meant to walk the path with you? And I loved how, I swear, like half of those houses, Tanya Marie had collaboration in them. And of course, that's what I'm all about. So that just lit me up like nobody's business. And I loved watching in the chat how people were seeing those collaborations in this freaking room. And of course, that's what this is all about. So I just want to really invite you into that awareness. Most of you have already just automatically stepped into it because you are in tune to your intuition from being drawn there by Kim. And just kind of ask yourself, like, who has been on your mind lately? Like, who keeps coming to your mind? Who keeps coming into your space? Who do you keep running into either online or in person? Like all of those things. Who has been like pulling at you to connect with them? Just write those names down. If you've got a notebook, just sit there for a second, write those names down. Or if you can't think of anyone, look at this room right here. Like Kim said in the very beginning, like who is like standing out to you in this room alone? Because guess what? All of this is collaboration. Not just me, Kim, and Tanya, but all of you being here in this moment is collaboration. And it's all speaking to you. You're here for a reason. So get curious about that reason. Okay. What might that person who's calling to you or that person who's lighting up to you on the screen, what might that relationship be inviting? So many of us are always looking for, oh, I need more followers. I need more comments. I need more leads. I need more. Guess what? You don't. Because even just right here, you already have people in this space, in this Zoom room, who are being drawn to you to walk this path with you. So just think about, is it a conversation? Is it a collaboration? Is it a friendship? Is it a referral, an introduction? So, or just honestly, maybe it's just reconnecting. I mean, I saw that in the chat. I saw people going, we haven't been able to connect for a few months. I just love that. So we're already there, but just write down next to the people on your list, write down what you're being drawn to connect with them for. And then what possibilities? So this is the basis of everything that I do, is that every relationship holds possibility. Every relationship. And it may not be a client, but guess what? You may meet a client through that relationship. You have no idea, right? There's someone in this room right now who I referred 5 people to. She had no idea that the friendship that we were creating would actually expand her business. So you never know. Just keep that curiosity. So next thing, choose one name on that list. Just one. Circle it. Put an asterisk, put an exclamation point, put something next to it. And I encourage you to look at what one simple conversation could you reach out to them and start this week, tomorrow, today, right now, in the chat, right? What conversation can you start with that person? And not a sales conversation, not a networking conversation, a real, genuine, authentic, meaningful conversation. That's going to be the game changer for you. So, and just make a commitment. Make a commitment to yourself to reach out to that person because your intuition is inviting you to, because that's when your intuition gets stronger. When you listen, when you act, when you step into it. This event right here today came because Kim didn't hesitate to act on her intuition. She jumped on it. Do y'all know that we only had this conversation a week ago, the 3 of us? And in this week, we had 55 people, 50 people sign up for this event because Kim didn't hesitate, because it was the right timing. That's a part of what she's going to be teaching. We're all going to be teaching these beautiful gifts at Kim's retreat. And so if any of you are interested in going deeper and really getting more in tune with this, because this is relationships is what your business is. Offers aren't your business. Okay. So services aren't your business. The relationships in your ecosystem are your business. And that's what your intuition is drawing you to. It's drawing you to the people in your life already to walk this leadership path that Tanya Marie was sharing with you, and to do it intuitively, which is what Kim was sharing with you. So in closing, I'm doing this really fast, guys. In closing,
We're going to take our time at our special event at the retreat.
Yes.
Michelle is hosting a beautiful dinner where you are going to actually play out in real time how to make these connections intuitively with one another to get that word of mouth business that Michelle, she did not say, but her business was created entirely this way by word, and it's all word of mouth, which is every entrepreneur's dream, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is my 3rd business that I've built this way. I've had 3 businesses I've built 100% by referral, by connection, by relationship. And I am a marketing person. I have 35 years of marketing and advertising experience. So yeah, it's a very different way of looking things. But I want to say, like, we spend so much time asking ourselves, what do I do next? Been there, done that. And I invite you to ask yourself, who is my intuition asking me to notice? Who, not what, who? Because it's the who that is going to make the difference in your business, in your life. So pay attention to the people who come to mind, pay attention to the people who cross your path, pay attention to the people who show up repeatedly in your life, and take that step to start that meaningful conversation. And that's
Yeah.
what's going to lead to the collaboration that is going to expand your business and theirs. So that's it.
Beautiful.
Trust yourself.
And that relationship starts within you first. It starts inside of yourself, the relationship with yourself, the relationship with the part of you that we spent some time with today, that heart and soul part of you. And when you lead from there, that makes the connections that you make even more powerful. Everyone talks about being authentic, right? Being authentic has become like the number one thing that people want to see out there. And the best way to just be authentically you is to lead from that part of yourself. And I always love to imagine this. Like, what would happen to this world if we led from that part of ourselves in every way, like all the time? What would happen to judgment? What would happen to people not feeling valuable or worthy? What would happen to compassion? How much would it expand and grow? How much would we actually help one another, right? In the ways that Michelle is talking about, because intuitive connections really become your lifeline to your business and for yourself in your life. So we would love to see you at the retreat. You can ask any one of us, private message us. Actually, I'll drop a link to it in the chat so you can click on that. Most of the information is there. There's only a few spots left. So we hope to see some of you there. And for those of you that are here today, there's quite a few women here today that are actually coming.
Raise your hands.
Yeah, raise your hands, drop a heart.
Look at them, look at them, look at them.
Yeah. So many of you, and I can't wait to actually just give each one of you a hug and just be with you in person. You know, running an online business, when you do things in person, it's just there's so much appreciation for that, you know? And we need to actually make our online business feel for our clients the way it does when we are together in person. And you can do that with the intuitive part of yourself because people need connection, including you as an entrepreneur. And this is one of the most valuable assets that you already have. I do not consider this a gift. Everybody has this. It's a skill you can learn. It's a gift in the sense that it really improves your life. But everybody has the ability to connect to this wisdom and use it anytime you want. Anytime. So,
Oh,
yes.
sorry, I was just gonna say, like, what I love about Kim and every other 6 and 7 figure owner that I work with, because I've been doing this for a long time, is like Kim made this decision last week and she has 50 people signed up for this, like this, right? Imagine you were making the right decisions. The right people are going to show up. The right people are going to be just as excited for that offer or that idea or that lead magnet because it's coming from a place of like pure magic, right? It's not like your ego like adding on. I always joke and say like we're Frankensteining things as soon as we let our ego get in there, right? We're adding things that people don't actually want or need or whatever. And then what happens is it's like almost loses its pure essence, right? So that's one thing. And then another thing about what I see with like leaders that are so tapped into their intuition is they make faster moves, right? They have to spend less on coaches because they already know what they need to do. So it's like basically saving thousands of dollars on coaching because you're like only hiring the coaches for the skills that you don't have. Like it's more like, okay, here's my idea. How can I make this happen? Because I'm lost in either the delivery, like the tech, or I'm lost in like, can you help me with the message on this? I have this idea, just help me bring it into motion instead of being like, what do you think of this idea? And someone else Frankensteining your ideas and turning it into something else, right? So you move faster, you make more money. And what I love about this is it's literally taking you away from the world. It's 3 days away from the hustle and bustle and literally getting to know yourself and your intuition on such a level so you can make those quick decisions. And we have so many beautiful things planned. So,
Trust
you,
them.
yes. If you have
Trust
questions,
them.
feel free to drop them in the chat, but I'll give it back over to Kim. Hi, Tiffany.
Oh yeah. Hi, Tiffany. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, so if anyone has any questions, I'll hang out for a few minutes. I really appreciate all of your time today, and I love how you shared your private experience in that very fast exercise. Like that wasn't even a lot of time for you to get in a deep enough state to get even more information. So look what you were able to do just within maybe 10 minutes of time. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? And part of that is because when we gather as a group, doing that is so much more powerful. So anyway, I'm going to look through the chat. If anyone has any questions, just feel free to unmute yourself or anything that you want to share.
So I want to ask really quick, just raise your hand. Who saw someone in this room that they want to connect with today, that they felt led to connect with today? Awesome. Have you reached out in the chat? Have you followed them? Have you DM'd them yet? Don't wait because life will happen. Do it right away. So
Yes. And do we have the ability to save the chat on this? I don't know.
I've already saved the chat. Mhm.
All right. So
Mhm.
if anyone knows how to do that, feel free to save the chat so that you remember the person's name and you just start talking. Just start talking. Those conversations can lead to so much more for you. And Leo's on your side. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Clementina, Jessica, Tara, Melissa, Julie, Brittany, Nina, Lauren, Tiffany, EJ, Jessica, Annette. It was nice to meet you. Robin, so nice to see you. Jesslyn, Danielle, Helen, Tammy, Stephanie. Thank you, everybody. And I hope to see you very soon.